What's up, guys? Steve here with your stimulus check and stimulus package update with the shocking breaking news that unfolded overnight as we saw President Donald Trump address the nation and let us know he will not be signing into law the stimulus package and the government spending bill, threatening to shut down the government and provide no stimulus to America at this time, unless it is that Congress takes back the bill, amends it to remove out items which are not related to the pandemic, he said, and also makes it more targeted for Americans by providing $2,000 stimulus checks to individuals and $4,000 stimulus checks to couples filing jointly. That's right. Now, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the almost immediate response that we saw from Democrats. Also, we have not heard from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and what is going to be the move for Republicans now. And also, in addition to that, President Donald Trump did not veto this bill. We're going to be discussing why here shortly, the strategy that's unfolding, the chess match between Donald Trump and Congress. That's right. And in addition to that, before we dive in though, if you have not yet seen the address that President Donald Trump released late last night, please pause this video, go watch this one right here. I'll put a link to go see that video, then come back and watch and you can see what unfolded after that address. So I'm going to dive into all the details. I'm going to get you caught up as to what's unfolding right now, this latest breaking news. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, be sure to smash that like button. I would appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Like button, leaving your comments along the way, and also sharing these videos out to anybody who you think might need to see them. It helps out my channel. Thank you so much. And also, if you're not already part of the viewing community, why not? Everybody's doing it. Smash the subscribe button to stay up to date on everything rolling out, and turn on the notification bell so that way as soon as I upload videos, you can be notified right away. And if you don't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram as well at SteveRam3. But now, buckle up your seatbelts, because this is going to be a bumpy ride. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and dive right in. So late last night, immediately almost after President Donald Trump released his address, we saw Democrats rank and file begin to respond back to the address, and they agreed with President Donald Trump that we want to see larger stimulus checks. Now, take a look at this. Almost immediately after, first, starting with Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, she said Republicans repeatedly refused to say what amount the president wanted for direct checks. At last, the president agrees to $2,000. Democrats are ready to bring this to the floor this week by unanimous consent. Let's do it. Now, just a reminder, we did hear from Senator Josh Hawley that he had spoken to the president on several accounts and said, and even anonymous sources said this, that the president wanted bigger checks, bigger than which Congress had been discussing, and he said that he was okay with $1,200 checks, which Hawley was pushing as well. Right after that, we did hear from Josh Hawley, who said Ms. Pelosi repeatedly asked Mr. Mnuchin what Mr. Trump's position was on direct payments, but he declined to answer. At Real Donald Trump told me multiple times he wanted higher payments to workers. That's what we were fighting for. Next, he also tweeted, at Real Donald Trump is right. Workers deserve much more than $600. As I had repeatedly said and fought for, and there's obviously plenty of money to do it, look at what Congress threw away on corporate giveaways and foreign bailouts. Let's get it done. Now, that's not going to be the last that we're going to hear of Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi. She tweeted out again this morning. I'm going to be getting to that shortly, but next, right after that, we had heard Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer tweet out the following. We spent months trying to secure $2,000 checks, but Republicans blocked it. Trump needs to sign the bill to help people and keep the government open, and we're glad to pass more aid Americans need. Maybe Trump can finally make himself useful and get the Republicans not to block it again. And then we saw him say this, I'm in. What do you say, Mitch? Calling out Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Let's not get bogged down with ideological offsets and unrelated items and just do this. The American people deserve it. Wow. Next, we saw Steny Hoyer from the Democrats come out and say House Democrats have fought for months to provide relief to the American people, which Republicans rejected at every turn. Now that the president has agreed to direct payments of $2,000, we will ask for unanimous consent to pass a bill this week to give Americans this assistance. Now, take a look at this. Within less than 1 hour of President Donald Trump addressing the nation, we saw Rashida Tlaib and AOC put the amendment together. That's right. It says, me and AOC have the amendment ready. Send the bill back, and we will put in the $2,000 we've been fighting for that your party has been blocking. And you can see right here, it says, amendment to the rules of the committee, print 116-68, offered by Ms. Tlaib of Michigan. If you drop down to the bottom, it says, in subsection 600, strike it out, and we're going to be putting in 2,000. And where it says 1,200, strike it out, we're going to be putting in 4,000 ready to go. But It doesn't stop there with Democrats. Let's continue on. As we saw Bernie Sanders say, that's great. I first introduced a bill to provide $2,000 direct payments with Senator Kamala Harris and Ed Markey 7 months ago. Now, Mr. President, get Mitch McConnell calling him out again and your Republican friends to stop opposing it, and we can provide working class Americans with $2,000. Let's do it. We heard from Ro Khanna, and as you'll recall, he's the one that suggested $2,000 every single month during the pandemic and 1 year after as well. And he wrote out, Tim Ryan and I have been calling for $2,000 month since April. This bill has 41 co-sponsors. Given the Speaker's positive statement, let's hope it moves with unanimous support of Democrats and some Republicans. And this morning, we heard from Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi once again, and she said, Mr. President, sign the bill to keep the government open. Urge McConnell and McCarthy to agree with the Democrats' unanimous consent request for $2,000 direct payments. This can be done by noon on Christmas Eve. Wow. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But now let's discuss the strategy, the chess match that is unfolding right now in Congress between Democrats, Republicans, and the president. So first we're going to discuss Republicans and Democrats. Then we're going to be discussing why President Donald Trump did not veto the bill and what is going to be unfolding next. So first, we saw the response from Democrats, rank and file, saying they support larger checks. This is very important because right now in the eyes of America, it looks like Democrats are supporting the people and Republicans have not yet responded. And we have not heard from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who we are seeing Democrats call out. This is important because in January, we have the Georgia runoff elections. Right now, the Senate, there are 50 Republicans that control seats and 48 seats controlled by the Democrats. There are 2 seats remaining, and those are up for election in January. If the Democrats win those last 2 seats, it will be a 50-50 split, and the tiebreaker will be determined by the vice president. And we have Joe Biden president-elect, meaning it will be determined by Kamala Harris that Democrats will control the Senate, which will mean the presidency will be Democratic, the House will be controlled by Democrats, and the Senate, Democrats will control all of Congress. So right now, this is a very, very important strategy between Democrats and Republicans. We are still waiting to see what is going to be the move of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. So that is very important for Democrats and Republicans. But now let's discuss why President Donald Trump did not veto this bill. Okay, so President Donald Trump did not veto this bill. What he has done is he has it sitting on his desk and he has asked Congress to take it and amend it and change it before he will sign it. Now, first of all, the reason why he did not veto the bill is because if he did, it could go back to Congress and they could overrule the veto and pass it anyways. That's right. The presidency is not an all-powerful position. This is a democracy, and the other parts of the branches of legislation could overrule that veto. But what he has done is he has it sitting on his desk and he has asked them to amend it, which means there is a 10-day rule where he has now essentially trapped Congress from going home for Christmas. Here's why. Because after it is passed in the House, passed in the Senate, this is a passed bill, but it is now waiting for 10 days for the president to either sign it or veto it. During that 10-day period, if nothing happens, it then passes into law without the president's signature. However, if Congress adjourns and leaves Congress to go back home, then the bill will die. So essentially, he has trapped them from going home for Christmas. So they either have to amend it and get it done so that way they can get home for Christmas in time, or they have to sit and wait for 10 days for the 10-day period to pass for them to actually have this pass into law. So right now, he has played a move where Congress either has to do something or they're not going home for Christmas. As that is where things currently stand as of this morning, Wednesday, December the 23rd. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more news rolling out here very shortly. I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date. All eyes are on Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and what he's going to be doing next. As the Democrats have already played their card, they're saying they support the $2,000 stimulus checks. They also need to remove those items which he said have nothing to do with the pandemic. But next, what are Republicans going to do? Now, as the information rolls out, I will be sure to keep you guys up to date. And if you want to stay up to date, be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so that way as soon as I upload these videos, you can be notified right away. You can stay up to date with the breaking news as it's rolling out here by the minute. And also, if you made it this far and you haven't already, be sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel. Thank you so much. And follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. Well, you guys, I'll keep you up to date. Take care. Have a blessed day. This is Steve.